Hey y'all, I'm Pam with 44 Marketplace. And if today's your first visit to my channel, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm glad you're here. Please take a minute to subscribe and click the bell so you'll be notified each time I upload a video. If you like my videos, give me a thumbs up. And keep in mind, I try to put a material list in the comments below each one of the videos. If I missed something, please let me know. Okay, let's get started.
Okay, so tonight what we're going to chit chat about is Prima Moulds, because I don't think that everybody feels comfortable enough with them to really use them. And they're so awesome. They're almost addictive. If you read my title, they're almost addictive. And I'm going to show you a few of the ones that I've got some made from. I love this one. It's super cute. Look at these bugs. If you're a bug person, which I am, I love that kind of thing. So we've got those. We've got some of these. This is a multitude of flowers. I love this one. I don't remember if this is just Prima or Prima IOD. This one I know is Redesign. This one is Redesign. Now this is one of my favorites with all the leaves. And I think this is Prima IOD and this is Prima IOD. But as you can tell from looking at mine, they've been well used. If you guys have a friend that hasn't tried the molds, please pass this along to them. But I want to show you guys some of the molds. Look at these, how much detail they have and everything like that. The reason I'm showing you the molds tonight is because I want everybody to see how easy they are to use. So what we're going to do is we are going to use some Amazing Casting Resin. It is, I get mine from Amazon, so just so you know, but I'm actually going to make this right here in front of you, and I'm going to show you how we'll pour it out and pour it into the molds, okay, so that you can see how quickly it sets up and that kind of thing. Now keep in mind, it is a two-part resin, and it doesn't set up until you actually mix it together, and it has to be equal parts, exactly equal parts, because if it's not, it'll never set up. So once you get it poured in the cup, and this is my sad mixing cup, and we're just going to pour it in here. All right, I want you to see how quickly this sets up. So when you pour it in, it is clear, and I mean completely clear. And then within 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes, it starts setting up, and you'll see it starts turning white in the middle. And if you feel of the molds, you can tell that it is working because it heats up. So you can actually feel the heat from the piece. All right, so I'm going to show you what it looks like. It is perfectly clear in the molds. I can't really move it. It's too wet at this point. So we've got it sitting in the mold, and as soon as it starts changing color and solidifying, I'll tilt it up so you guys can see it. So these are my molds. I pour them when I have extra time or whatever, because these are great to update anything. I think a lot of you guys see them updating furniture and things like that, and you think that that's what it is, that's all it can be used for. But if you've got little candlesticks like this, I keep projects like this around just in case, you know, you need an extra gift for somebody or something like that. And with the holidays coming up, I thought we would go over this because it's really a super cute way of updating some things and having a quick gift there in your house. So if you've got some little candlesticks like this, even if you've got candlesticks like this, they're nice and square, throw you a couple of these on there. You can put the butterflies with the flowers, whatever. These paint up beautifully, and the reason I wanted to pour them tonight so you could see, I want you to see how flexible they are when you first take them out of the mold, because you can see this one, I took it out before it got completely hard because I wanted it to have a little bit of a tilt to it, and now I can go back and warm this up and it will soften it up so that I can put it around something. But something like pumpkins, styrofoam pumpkins, remember the ones that we made the little stems for? You can put it on there, and where's my leaves? I see my bugs. Oh, there's my leaves. I have a lot of these leaves, and I'm going to paint these up and add these to my pumpkins. And of course, I've got to have the bugs. If you guys have not seen the bugs, they are just so super cute. So my pumpkins are going to be kind of cute and kind of creepy all at the same time. So They also have the escutcheons for your keyholes and things like that. There's so many choices, roses, everything like that. I believe that Anthropology is the one that had the dresser that had all of the embellishments on it, and it was painted white. So I think that that is the one that a lot of people have used as the inspiration for their pieces, and that's made people start thinking, oh, I'll put it on my furniture. But I don't think that you're thinking about mirrors, candle holders, jewelry boxes, pumpkins, decorations, anything like that. It's really a great way to update things. Okay, so now this has started hardening up, so I want you guys to see. You saw me pour it in there, and that quickly it is already hardening. Now, if you put your hand on the bottom of here, you can feel the chemical reaction because it is actually hardening up as we speak, and I'll be able to pop it out in just a couple of minutes. Once you see it get completely white, then it's ready to come out. So that way, you can tell what it is. So we have all of these molds. We have all of these different flowers that you can add together. There's lots of different things, and you can combine them any way that you like. You can snip them apart with scissors or whatever you want. You can, like I say, if you heat them up a little bit, you can, it's real easy to add them to something like this. If you heat this up, then you could wrap it around the pumpkin. And if you want to take it apart, just snip it here and snip it there, and it is really, really pretty. Yeah, I've seen that Prima is supposed to be coming out with a cherry blossom, and that will be amazing, won't it? So these are getting close, but not quite yet. And that's why I don't think a lot of people think about it. This is a little mirror that I picked up at a thrift store that hangs on the wall. And while it's got great attributes, you can always add more to it. Some of them that you pick up are not nearly so ornate, and you can add them to picture frames. If you'll get just a plain picture frame and add some of these to it, then that way you can really make it super, super cute. I haven't seen the cherry blossom in person yet. I'm hoping to get my hands on it as soon as it comes in. But you know how that is. Got to wait for the release. I saw some of them put out something about it. Okay, we're still a little wet. So I did want to show you, though, all of these. See, can you see that you can even replace some of your bells on your hardware with it and everything like that? Now, you don't have to use the Amazing Casting Resin when you're using the molds. You can use the Prima modeling material. It is great. And you can use air clay. It is amazing too. But the thing is, if you opt to use those, there is considerable difference in dry time. The dry time on the Prima is quite long. All right. No, we're still drying. Okay, so we're going to have to let them sit another minute or two. But you can see right now, see how quickly they've gotten that far along just since we've been chatting. And like I say, use your Dixie Belle paint. These paint up so well you can't imagine. And let's see, I did have some Moonshine Metallics over here. I'm going to grab it. And you guys know I always have a brush nearby. So we're going to grab a brush. All right. Sorry to step away, but I want you guys to see how pretty it paints up. We're going to shake up our metallics. Mine aren't used to being shaken. They're used to being stirred. So, sorry I look so rough, but I have been doing cabinets all day today, and I just broke away, had my, tonight is grandson night. Okay, so we're going to take this leaf, and we're going to put the Moonshine Metallics on there, because I want you to see just how quickly. I think a lot of people don't realize how well this paints up, and especially with the new Moonshine Metallics, it really does well. And you can layer your colors, you know, like we did with the hydrangea last night. And I had given you guys the schedule last night for what I'm going to be doing live, but next Wednesday I am going to do a live to show you guys a bunch of things that I use in my creative life on a daily basis from the Dollar Tree. I don't think a lot of people shop at the Dollar Tree or realize how many great little tools and of the trade you can get, things that'll help you every day. So I am going to do a special live next Wednesday evening at 6 o'clock, not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow, to show you all of my little tools and tricks that I get at the Dollar Tree that I use on a daily basis. Because you know how it is, every dollar you save on a furniture flip or on your own furniture, that's another dollar in your pocket, right? All right, so that quickly, we have thrown some moonshine metallics, and I'm going to show you guys up close and personal. See how pretty that is? And it takes the paint beautifully. So you can see how quickly you can just add a little bit of color, a little bit more personality to your pieces, and it's really a very easy process. But now I am going to tell you, it's super addictive. Once you start using them, it's amazing how quickly. All right, there we go. And there we go. We have pulled our first one out. But now, like I say, the chemical process is still going on. So if you have a piece like this pumpkin and you want to wrap it around the pumpkin, watch this. Super flexible because it has not set up yet. So if I wanted to add some pieces to this pumpkin, right now is the time to do it. If you add them too quickly while the chemical process is still going on and it's still too warm, it can melt your styrofoam if you're working with styrofoam. So that's something to be remembered, okay? But right now you can see, while the chemical process is still going on, I have great detail. I have beautiful detail on this, but I can wrap it around whatever. If I wanted to wrap it around the side of this, there you go. Completely around the side. So all it would take is some E6000 and I could wrap it right around there. So if you're working on the side of a dresser or you just want to add some, there you go, our candlestick. You want to wrap it around it? Look at that. Wrap your rose around it. So a lot of people think of resin as being a stiff medium that you can't really work with, but I'm going to tell you, if you're working with it right after it's started hardening, it's super easy to use. You can even use hot glue to attach it. I don't really like the longevity of hot glue sometimes, so I like to use the Amazing Casting Resin. These molds are made from silicone. They're kind of a rubbery type thing. So they work really well, and here we go. I'm gonna pop this one out. And you can see when you start to pop them out, because they're still in the casting phase, it's kind of wiggly. So it looks like it's gonna break, but it's not gonna break. And you've got all of your detail. So if you guys have questions, I'm happy to answer them. But like I say, don't underestimate the Amazing Casting Resin or the molds, because you can use hot glue. There's so many things you can do. I think Christina even did a series on using hot glue, and I think that's great if that's what you want to use. I'm just too impatient to use hot glue. Hot glue took me a long time, and sometimes it didn't work. Silicone, these work great for doing candy. I wouldn't use them after I've used resin in them, but I have lots of these at home with candy in them too, Sandy. That's a great idea. So you can see that if you're wanting to use these on something, especially if you want to do something like all of these leaves over your pumpkins, add a lot of the hearts and all of that kind of stuff to the pumpkins. I'm probably going to add bugs to mine, so there's that. And, you know, not everybody is that kind of person, but I'm telling you, it just makes such a difference. And the funny thing is, you can either paint these separately, almost like just adding your details, or you can paint them to match your piece. Let them just be a tone-on-tone addition to your piece with the detail. So it's totally up to you whichever way you want to do it. I love for mine to be an extra little bit of unexpected detail. And like I say, you don't have to add them to a big piece. You don't have to add them to a chest of drawers. You don't have to add them to things like that. You can add them to so many different things. And it's just amazing what you can add them to. And there we go. There's some more leaves for my pumpkin. Now, I did want to let you guys know, several people have messaged me today about the spraying that I'm going to be doing this weekend. We are going to be spraying on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this weekend. and it is going to be so much fun. I'm actually going to show you a few different sprayers, and we're going to put Dixie Belle base coats, top coats, and everything through there. Prima modeling material works great, but the dry time is immensely more than it is for the Amazing Casting Resin. Typically, the casting resin, I don't have to wait more than 10 minutes, and I can pop them out. That's why I always have stacks of these things laying around. That way, if you come to my boot camp and you want to add something to your piece, there you go. We've got them. But the Amazing Casting Resin dries just a lot quicker. Prima modeling material works great. I mean, it is fantastic, but you have to wait for it to dry. And who knows that I'm impatient? Yep, we're there. Okay, so I just wanted to reach out to you guys tonight and let you know about the molds and tell you, if you're looking for some quick holiday gifts or something like that, not only can you have fun playing with it while you do it, but it makes great gifts, and it would be one of a kind. You can add it to frames like this. And you can see I've been playing with the metallics, but you can add it to so many different things. There's lots of little wooden boxes that you can get. No, the resin does not shrink at all. It does not shrink at all. So that's the other thing. There's no shrinkage, and once it's hard, you really don't have to worry about cracking it. If you knew how many times these things get dropped, my grandkids play with them and things like that because they love the flowers. And sometimes we paint them. That way, I mean, the Dixie Belle paint is, you know, no VOCs. I let the grandkids paint them, and they've made flowers, and they're super excited. So if you get a chance, get some Amazing Casting Resin. If you look in my Amazon store, I've got it linked so that you can see it, and I'll link it in the bottom of this video in the comments, because I'm telling you, this stuff is amazing. And these are the 2 bottles that come in your box. And you can see, I have been pouring and pouring and pouring, and I've only used maybe a quarter of the bottle. So these go a long way. Those 3 flowers that I just poured, I think I used 1 tablespoon each from the bottle. And it comes with these little measuring cups. You can tell how often mine have been used. But it comes with these measuring cups, and it is just, it's just really amazeballs what it can do for your pieces. And like I say, you can see, look at this. It's not quite as flexible as it was, but you can always do that. You can use E6000. I think I have E9000 on my table. But keep in mind, whatever glue that you're using, be sure that you know, because if you use certain kinds of glue on things like this styrofoam, it can eat up the styrofoam. So if you're using hot glue or whatever, it can do that. Like I say, I use the purple box Amazing Casting Resin, and I will link it in the comments of here. I'll actually link it in the title as soon as I finish up. But I did want to show you guys, because I think a lot of you don't realize that you can actually wrap it around round pieces. You can add it to wooden boxes and make your own little curiosity boxes or prize boxes for grandchildren. And you know what? You can put it in any kind of these little rubber molds that you get. Maybe you get candy molds and do something like that. But I like the redesigned molds, the Prima molds. They are just really very resilient. They clean up really well. And I mean, mine, I don't, you know, set them aside and clean them up after every time. If you follow me, you know that. But it's really great to use, and it's a great way to snazz up your pieces. If you guys have questions, you know me, I'm Pam at 44 Marketplace. Remember, we're going to be going live every day this month for the 30 days of September. And I think tomorrow we're going live at 6 p.m. and on Thursday we're going live at 9 a.m. So there you go. If you get a chance, tune in. And thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow.